Hi Gemini, welcome to your January 2014 monthly reading. I'm using Doreen Virtue Angel Oracle cards. Okay, so the first card that I've pulled for you is the Life Experience card, which has Archangel Chamuel on it. Now this card states a significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change, and time to spread your wings. So now I do want to start with career first, because that's the first thing that's coming through for you is career. Some of you Gemini, it's going to be about getting along with somebody else. Okay, maybe this is your business partner, maybe it's a friend that has been helping you with your business. It feels like a business ally. Perhaps there's some differing goals, differing needs, something like that, and it's all about getting along. Now they are saying that for some of you Geminis, this person was someone that kind of like came into your life and helped you out, or took you under their wing and looked after you, or comforted you. And if this is the case for some of you Geminis, the message coming through is that it's about finding a way to get along and to remember what they have done for you. So I do feel that perhaps some of you may want to go it alone, or thinking about going it alone. For this month at least anyway, the message seems to be that it may not be a good thing to go your own way this month. It would be much better for you to try and work through things. Because at the same time, Gemini, it just feels like a lot of Geminis are kind of in two moods in January. As if you're putting on a brave face, you're putting on the happy face, and at the same time you're actually not feeling very happy at all, or you're just feeling a little bit down. I do feel that there are some links to Pluto and Uranus in regards to this, and some karmic stuff, especially with career. There seems to be, yes, it feels very confused, okay? It feels like just a little bit emotional, so perhaps some of you are thinking about whether you need to confront someone that you work with. Perhaps some of you feel like you're doing more work than your partner. Perhaps some of you are feeling overworked or overwhelmed. All that sort of stuff, so it does feel like it's all this kind of thing going on. And before, the guides have brought a, keep saying Uranus and so on, but they're giving me the impression of an awakening. Okay, so it feels that for some of you Geminis, you may actually be going through an awakening, or part of an awakening. If you don't know much about awakening, it's different for everybody. How I see awakening, in the simplest terms, is that it brings up your crap. Anything that you've got limiting beliefs, any kind of emotional stuff that you haven't dealt with, and anything that you're not willing to look at. What happens with an awakening is that it brings it up and basically shoves it in your face in order for you to deal with it, in order for it to be cleared, because an awakening is all about getting you to reach your potential. And it's called an awakening because in order for you to get to this potential, things need to be cleared, and so you become awake, because you're like, you notice things that you've been avoiding, or that are so buried deeply that you're kind of on automatic pilot. So I do feel that for some of you Geminis, if you're going through all this kind of stuff career-wise, then it does feel like it's an awakening, okay, or part of an awakening. Yes, and that it can be bringing up different types of emotions, because they are showing me the moon as well. But in general, for career, for this month, the main message coming through is that it's about getting along with another person and finding ways to get along with another person. That doesn't mean that you are a wallflower, because it does feel like it's a transition period for you regarding your career. For some of you Geminis, you are feeling a bit apprehensive about going after some goals that you are wanting, okay? And this may be why some of you are thinking about going it alone. But again, the guides are saying that it may not be the best time. Now they are also saying that for some of you, it's like you almost reach a goal but it just disappears, like it slips through your fingers, is a possibility. And one way for you to make your goal more tangible, more concrete, so that it doesn't slip through your fingers, is firstly they are saying to get help that you need if you know that you need help. And also they are saying, they keep saying the word pinpointing and minimalist as a way of helping you get something that you are after, something that you're expecting, like a goal or something like that, something that you are wanting or are expecting, is that you may need to do some pinpointing, minimalist pinpointing. So I feel that probably means pinpointing, that's when you focus on one thing, and maybe you just need to minimize some other things around you or something. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to the ones that are finding, whatever this goal is, it's like it's either slipping through your fingers or there's delays, okay? So they are saying that to help you, you may need to start doing pinpointing a target and maybe minimizing other things, or minimizing the target. So that's the main thing that has come through regarding career. For love, again, with love, it's feeling very confused, it's feeling very, it's like there are things that you want to say but you're not saying it. It's like you're wondering or wanting to know things, for instance, you're wanting to know how your partner feels about you, or how your partner sees the relationship going to happen in the future, and all that sort of stuff. And the message coming through is that it's all about communication, rather than expecting your partner or someone that you're interested in to read your mind, okay? Now this message is coming through not just for love, Gemini, but in various other aspects of your life, about not expecting others to read your mind, so therefore communicate. And they are saying communicate in a loving, positive way. Okay. Now they are also saying that for some of you coupled up Geminis, you are needing, they are recommending you voice your concerns, okay? So in order for this to happen, it feels that some of you may need to be more open, and this might be something that you're afraid to do. You might be afraid to open up, because that's the kind of impression I'm getting, because the energy feels quite confused. So you may be afraid that you won't get the kind of reaction that you're wanting, or that there's going to be some kind of consequences if you open up. But again, the message coming through is that you're not going to know unless you communicate. The other message coming through from the guides is that it's about being open to communicating, even without knowing what the outcome is. So you don't always need to know what the outcome is. You don't always need to know what the reaction is going to be. Sometimes you just need to express, you just need to communicate, because you love yourself enough to express your voice. Now this is coming up for the single Geminis as well, that the main message for you is also about expressing yourself and expressing yourself from your highest joy. So what that means is that however you express yourself, whether it's through communication or art or writing, or the things that you do, whatever way you express yourself, is to come from that loving place that you love yourself enough to express yourself. And when you express yourself because you care about yourself and you love yourself, then you are expressing from or with your highest joy. So, again, I guess it's about do you express yourself through fear, or do you choose to express yourself through love? So when you go to express yourself and maybe you're a bit afraid to express yourself, do you remember that you love yourself, right? And so if you love yourself, then you will express yourself. So again, this life experience card is it's going to be about these kind of experiences for you this month. But not only this month, Gemini, there may be experiences like this throughout the year for you, because it does feel that some of you are going through a bit of an awakening, but it's all to get you to this potential, okay? So because that's what awakening is to me. An awakening happens to a person when there is this potential that is needing or is ready to come out, okay, but there are blocks, and that's when the awakening comes to start clearing these blocks. And sometimes these blocks can make a person feel confused, emotional, both in a happy way and sometimes in a afraid way or a sad way, and so on. Your theme for the year, Gemini, it's career and money. Okay, so it feels like the majority of you are going to be making that moolah, and it's also about being at the right place at the right time for a lot of you Geminis this year regarding career. Also, expression is a big theme for you this year as well. Remember to express from your highest joy. The other message coming through is that the overall theme for you Geminis is about making wise choices this year. So that may require that throughout this year you may need to let go of some people. If you do express what it is that you're wanting to say to a work comrade, a partner in your life, and it's not what you want, then you may need to let go so that you can get to get the opportunity to get what it is that you do want. Okay. One more thing, for the unemployed, there's some stuff coming up for you now. So it feels like in 2014 for the unemployed, you're going to be very determined to succeed. Okay. So the key word for you is leverage. You are needing leverage, and for other unemployed Geminis, it's remembering that you do have leverage. Okay, so what that means, what leverage means is when there's a tool that you have that you can use, like having the upper hand kind of. For instance, sometimes it's who you know, not what you know. A person could have a degree and they may struggle to get a job, and then someone who doesn't have a degree doesn't struggle to get a job because they know so and so, or they their uncle knows somebody who knows someone. It's that kind of leverage. Whereas, so for those of you that feel like you may need leverage, then you may need to think about ways of how you're going to get leverage. For instance, perhaps you don't have the right references, and or you don't know the right people, so then you're going to have to find some ways, perhaps volunteering, perhaps networking, so that you can, the aim is to get that leverage, because that is the key word coming up that will be helpful to the unemployed Geminis this year in 2014. So leveraging, networking, all that sort of stuff. For other unemployed Geminis, don't be afraid to use that leverage if you have got a leverage, because that's the other message coming through. Okay, so the last card that I want to give you is the Sun card. So you have two archangels. You've got Archangel Chamuel and now Archangel Uriel. And Uriel is intuition. Uriel is more than about intuition, but I'm remembering this some words that they said before, which was being at the right place at the right time. So Gemini, I do feel that listen to that intuition, but also make wise choices. Okay, and I think Archangel Uriel will be helping you with that, as well as Chamuel. Chamuel is all about admiration, and that's admiration of life, admiration of people, and admiration of yourself. With that admiration, it's about worthiness. Okay, so when you express yourself, know that you are worthy to express yourself, and you come from. So you will always express yourself from your own highest joy. So thank you, Gemini. I hope that reading has been helpful for you, and I look forward to reading for you next month in February.